Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Battleverse. Today we dive deep into a dramatic and controversial event that has caught the world's attention: the collision between a Chinese Navy warship and a Coast Guard vessel. This is not just an accident at sea. This is a powerful story of technology, strategy, tension, and the raw unpredictability of human decision-making on open waters. In this review, we will unfold the entire essence of what makes these ships the pride of nations, explore the remarkable details of their exterior design, glance inside their interiors, evaluate their performance on water, study the safety features, highlight their unique selling points, consider the costs, and finally reflect on what this all means in the larger geopolitical game. So sit back, because what we are about to explore is more than a ship review. It is a story of steel, waves, and power. From the first glance, the exterior of the Chinese Navy warship is built not just as a tool of defense, but as a statement of dominance. Its sharp bow cuts through the waves like a blade, carrying with it the aura of intimidation that is carefully crafted into every angle. These ships are painted in naval gray, a color that blends with the horizon and disguises silhouettes from great distances, while radar-deflecting materials are worked into the design to reduce detection. The towering radar masts rise high, bristling with sensors, satellite domes, and communications arrays, making the ship look like a floating city of steel. The size itself is overwhelming, often measuring over 150 meters depending on class, with a displacement that allows it to dominate the waters around it. On deck, heavy missile launchers, anti-aircraft guns, and torpedo systems rest in well-engineered symmetry, creating an exterior that is both fearsome and practical. Each bolt, each welded plate is a product of years of naval engineering designed to outlast storms, explosions, and high-seas combat. Yet, despite this might, the collision revealed a vulnerability that even the toughest exterior, one that can withstand firepower, cannot fully protect against the unpredictability of human choices. The Coast Guard vessel, smaller and less intimidating in comparison, bore the brunt of this clash of steel, yet managed to hold its ground, proving resilience comes not just from size but from grit. Inside the Chinese warship, the interior is a balance of efficiency and modernity. Warships are not built for luxury but for purpose. The crew's quarters are compact, often with bunk beds lined in narrow rooms. Storage space is tightly fitted to maximize every inch. The command centers, however, are impressive, filled with digital navigation screens, advanced sonar displays, and encrypted communications panels glowing in dim lighting. Officers monitor radar signatures and tactical data in real time, with large digital maps showing zones of influence and enemy movements. The bridge is clean, organized, and designed for quick decision-making, where every button and lever has life or death implications. While life on board may lack comfort, it thrives in discipline and order. Each corridor echoes with footsteps, each cabin smells of metal and salt, and each compartment tells the story of sailors living not for comfort but for duty. Performance is where these ships rise to their full identity. The Chinese Navy has invested heavily in propulsion systems that allow their warships to achieve remarkable speeds for their size, often reaching over 30 knots. Turbine engines roar beneath the decks, pushing thousands of tons of steel across the water with controlled aggression. Their maneuverability is aided by advanced rudder systems and stabilizers, giving them the ability to turn and reposition quickly, which is crucial during tactical confrontations or evasive maneuvers. The electronic warfare systems installed on board are designed to jam enemy radars, block communications, and create digital confusion, giving them an invisible edge in combat. Radar tracking allows detection of threats hundreds of kilometers away, while missile systems can respond instantly, creating a powerful balance of offense and defense. This performance is not just about speed or firepower, but about creating a warship that is a floating embodiment of a nation's willpower. However, the performance in the incident that led to the collision also demonstrated the limits of technology. Ships can move fast, weapons can lock on targets, but no system can perfectly account for the unpredictability of human error, miscommunication, or deliberate acts of intimidation at sea. In this case, performance clashed with decision, creating sparks not from missiles, but from steel grinding against steel. Safety features onboard a Chinese Navy warship are of the highest military standard. Warships are built not just to fight but to survive. Inside the hull, watertight compartments ensure that if one section floods due to damage, others remain sealed to prevent sinking. Fire suppression systems are automated, capable of flooding entire rooms with foam or inert gases in seconds to prevent catastrophic blazes. Lifeboats and emergency evacuation crafts are mounted strategically along the vessel, and crew members are trained to respond to any situation, from missile attacks to natural disasters. Communication lines are reinforced, ensuring that distress signals can be sent out even under heavy electronic interference. During the recent collision, these safety features played a critical role. Despite the violent impact, the ship avoided capsizing, avoided fire, and managed to remain functional, showing the resilience of its safety design. On the Coast Guard Vessel 2, training and safety drills prevented what could have been a deadly disaster. Safety is not only a feature but the lifeline of these ships, ensuring that even in the worst of moments, hope floats above the waves. When we look at the unique selling points of this Chinese Navy warship, it is clear why it stands out as one of the key assets of China's maritime strategy. Its stealthy design reduces radar visibility, making it harder to detect and track. Its long-range missile systems give it offensive superiority, allowing it to strike from distances where other ships cannot even see it. The integration of artificial intelligence into navigation and targeting systems allows for quicker reaction times and automated defenses. Electronic warfare capabilities enable the ship not just to fight with missiles and guns, but with invisible digital weapons that can cripple enemy networks. Beyond the physical, its unique selling point lies in its symbolism. It is more than steel and weapons. It is a statement to the world that China is ready to enforce its presence, especially in contested waters. Each time such a ship sails into disputed zones, it is not merely patrolling, it is sending a message. That message, however, turned into a moment of confrontation when the collision happened, and the symbolism of power was met with the reality of risk. The price of such a naval beast is staggering. Official numbers are rarely disclosed, but estimates suggest that vessels of this class can cost upwards of several $100 million to build, and maintaining them can cost millions each year. The cost is not only financial. The political price of deploying these warships into sensitive waters is immense. Each movement is watched by global powers, each maneuver can spark diplomatic backlash, and each confrontation raises the risk of escalation. The collision with the Coast Guard vessel will not just be remembered as an accident. It will be written as a chapter in the book of political costs. Beyond the steel, electronics, and weapons, the true price of these ships is measured in influence, in tension, and in the fragile balance between war and peace. In conclusion, the story of the Chinese Navy ship colliding with a Coast Guard vessel is not just about the crunch of metal or the damage to hulls. It is about what these ships represent. Their exteriors show strength, their interiors show discipline, their performance demonstrates power, their safety features ensure survival, and their unique selling points highlight the evolution of naval warfare. The price tags attached to them reveal the heavy burden of military investment, but in the end, the collision proved that even the strongest warships are bound by human choices. No matter how advanced the design, how sharp the exterior, or how powerful the engine, it takes wisdom to steer them. Without wisdom, steel meets steel, and strategy becomes tragedy. This incident is a reminder to the world that naval technology may advance endlessly, but peace and diplomacy remain the greatest safety features any nation can ever deploy.